Alright, I'm listing my Hyster forklift. It's a solid tire. I've had this thing for like 5 years. It's been an awesome forklift. I just bought a new business, and unfortunately it's more of an outside business with soft, extremely soft dirt. This thing does okay if it's somewhat packed dirt, but if you get into soft stuff, it just sinks like a ton of bricks. So it's more for warehouse, concrete, asphalt, and then, like I said, hard packed surfaces and whatnot. So it's a Hyster. It's a mid. When I had to look this up a few years ago, I believe it was a 94, but I have all the serial numbers on it and stuff. It's in really good shape. I'll tell you everything that I know. Well, I'll tell you everything because I know everything about this thing. So motor runs really well. Even in cold weather, it'll fire right up. I always suggest when you fire it up just to let it warm up a little bit. And it's like 9 degrees right now. My hands are about blue. So here in Colorado, hours on it are right there. 5.451 and an eighth of a 10. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. You got to be in neutral here. It's a safety thing. She fires right up. She's propane LP. The tanks are not included. Those are leased that I've been leasing from a local company. They give them to me for free as long as I turn up. Local, that's an option for me. No smoke or anything. It doesn't stall out or anything like that. It runs really well. And I guess the most important things are on this thing, besides the lift weight on it, I believe is either 8,000 or 10,000. I think it's an 8,000 pound. But it's a triple mass, I think is what they call them. So it lifts up and down, and then it tilts, you know, the angles like this way and this way. And then it also side shifts, which is probably one of the coolest things on this thing. Unfortunately, the forklift I had to buy up there was not as neat as this thing was. I was really hoping to take this with me, but and the ghetto roof thing you see on it is a G-put. It's what we do here is just sell G-parts. So one of my buddies, this happened a long time ago, threw this on and just to provide us cover when it was raining, and it worked really well. So we just kept it for, you know, that obviously comes off. It's on there by a strap, so no need on that. And then everything else is in good shape. They're preparing the seat. I have one key for it. I'll show you the lift here in a second. There's absolutely no hydraulic leaks in this thing, which I think is one of the most important things. Here's your forks. I did drill a hole a few years back in this to put a ball on it so I could move my trailers around and whatnot. That seems to work really well. Never had any issues with that. It's a solid steel. It was a pain in the ass to drill through. And you can see up through here, other than being kind of a wash right now, there's absolutely no hydraulic fluid at all. There's nothing on the ground when it sits. These lines are exceptionally clean. Matter of fact, the guys that I got it from, it's a company, they had gone through it and made sure that there was no leaks, because that was the most important thing. I had a buddy who used to work for a forklift company, said if you get into that expense, that can be really expensive. So it's a little 4.3 Chevy V6 or June V6, and like I said, it just runs really well. So never had any issues with the motor, anything like that. So the seat, the hydraulic for that stays up, all that works. It's, you know, what we use it for, we probably use it maybe once a week for the past 5 years, and it's definitely idled a lot more than it's actually been used. I'm not sure really why we've done it like that, but it's just the way we've always used it. And I think it's just because my shop, I mean, it's this little shop here, so it's probably a lot of overkill for what we actually needed it for, but it made things really awesome. When I had racking up, this is my old building. My new shop is 3 acres on it, so these are solid tires, and the tires are in good shape. The tread's still in good shape on them, they're not torn up or anything like that. The backs are also solid, there's some slicks, and they're in good shape. There are always a couple of chunks here, not really chunks out of it, but like marks on them and whatnot. And it needs, like I said, it needs a wash. You can see the mud kind of up on it. Just kind of got a lot of really wet moisture lately. But again, I want to make sure the propane's not included. So let me show you, all this stuff. There's the, I guess that's the temperature or whatever. It's so cold out here. These things, they're back to be hot. Now the one thing it does that does not work on this thing is the e-brake. It's just loose. So the cables are there, you can see. But I had a guy look at this a while back. Well, it was right on the time of buying this company. I just decided to go against it. So that doesn't work. The cable actually snapped down there, so you have to replace that if you want that to work. But from what I understand from the manufacturer is that those it's such a heavy machine that the e-brakes don't really ever work on these unless they're brand new. So, but if it was me, I'd probably get that replaced if I was going to keep it. So I'm going to go ahead and lift it up so you can see it moving there. Nice smooth motion, no jerky, anything like that. It goes right up for us. And then this is the down here. Of course, it drops down. You know, but it stays, and that's the other thing, it stays, keeps pressure. So it, if you left this out overnight like this, or even for a week solid, this thing would never drop an inch. It's, you know, super solid like that. So, and then the other thing is the tilt, of course. And there's your tilt down. You can hear it working. You can hear the hydraulic, and then back as well. And then the side shift, which is here. So side shift, and just like that. So everything works good on it. And then I'll show you. I'll drive real quick back over where it belongs. David, I'm gonna park it over there. I'm gonna park it over there if you want. Unless it's in your way. Okay. Cool. Okay. So it's kind of fortunate. A buddy of mine actually, lo and behold, rented my old shop out. He does diesel work, so I've been keeping it over here until it sells. So, anyway, the horn works actually. Never knew that worked. Never even played with it. So you can see, I mean, the thing's just in really good shape. There's no warning lights on it or anything like that, or whatnot. This will tell you when it's low on fuel. You know, it's a good idea to warm this thing up, but depending on where it's going, that may not be a problem for you. It has lights on it, although it's another one of those things I've never really used. Oh, that one works. So, and that front one does not, so it'll probably need the bulb in. I think that one does. The back one does. The wiring's there for them, so you can put your lights. This one, I don't know if this one works here. This one works, yeah. So you can see, I mean, the lights definitely work. It's just that one's out. Like I said, I mean, this is a really clean forklift. I paid a premium for it, and you know, I'm not asking nearly what I paid for it, but I would like to get something out of it because I am a small shop and would like to put it towards my business. So, so yeah, we'll go ahead and put it in gear. Show you it works in. So that's it's like an automatic. There's no clutch on this thing. It's just a big brake and a gas pedal. And then of course it moves. Races in it, but it's definitely gets up and, you know, moves faster than, at least there's reverse for you, so reverse there. And it's like a centrifugal clutch, I guess, in these things. The guy was telling me about it, so it's got these clutch plates in it, kind of acts like a clutch, so, you know, we always try to stop it fully, but if you're rolling a little bit, put it in gear, it's okay. Really easy to control, and that's one of the things I really like about it. Is the forklift we have at my new shop now, which is just a little one. You probably have to get a big one eventually, but it's got a clutch on it. And it kind of sucks because a lot of the guys don't know how to drive it. This thing is so easy to drive. So I'm going to go and lower the mast here, and go up. Probably should extend it for you, show you how high this thing goes. It really goes up high. I think that's what it means by triple mast. So it's a S80XL. So this is a big boy. Maximum load at center is 7,650 pounds. At 20 inches, I guess that is. 6,950 at 24 inches. And then 5,500 at 36 inches. I'm not really sure exactly what that. Maybe I think that's out on the forks. How much out there? Because 36 inches is the length of the fork. That's probably what that is. So depending on the center of where your stuff is. And then it weighs 13,500 pounds. So I knew this thing was heavy. side shift. Back tilts 22 by 9 by 16. Tire size 18/7/12. Solid, which is solid tires. And drive tread width is 41 inches. So let me go ahead and raise up. We don't have any power lines above us. That's an important thing to check before you do this. So I'm not sitting on it, so it's gonna. Now, if you notice here, the speed's pretty consistent, just like it should be. Goes up, you know, pretty good. Obviously, give it a little gas here. Want it to go quicker, just get the RPMs up a little bit. This thing kind of takes off. So if you're in a hurry, that's usually what I would suggest to do. You can see a hydraulic, you know, go way up there. All right, so that's the top there, and then tilt still. There's the tilt for it. And then your side shift, which is awesome. I can barely reach the handle where I'm at though. Let's see here. Well, it's all the way over that way, so we'll have to go back the other way. There we go. You see him moving up there? That's right shift, left shift. And that definitely is, you know,